Okay guys, so what's happening here is I'm gonna start cleaning up this surface to get ready for decoration. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a couple steps. The first thing we're going to do is make sure you've pinched and paddled as much as you can to get your surface as smooth as possible. The smoother you pinch, the better. The smoother you pinch, the cleaner your surface is going to be when you get to this stage, and the less work you have to do. So what I'm doing here is using the SURFORM to just shave off the tops of the bumps. So I'm going to take the tops of the bumps off, trying to even the surface out, get it nice and smooth. But the SURFORM is going to leave marks, and we're going to get those out next. So right now we're trying to get any parts that are sticking up taken off. Be real careful when you're SURFORMing that you know you are taking clay away. You're removing clay. So as you shave the surface, you're making the wall thinner. Remember, one of the rules we have to follow is all ceramic forms need to be even thickness. So as I shave this, I want to make sure I'm shaving pretty consistently throughout the surface, throughout the form. So I can do a little bit of refining the shape here, but I should have done most of that with my paddling and pinching. But if I still have some bumps or angles or flat spots, I can kind of round them out a little bit. Be careful with the SURFORM. It makes a mess. You see this big pile of shavings coming off? That is really nasty stuff because it's really small and it dries really quickly. So as you shave your clay, please push the shavings to the middle of the table so you can clean them up easily at the end of class. Get them towards the edge of the table, they just end up on the floor. Now the SURFORM works great on most surfaces, but on the inside of a curve it doesn't work very well because it's just too big. But the areas I can't, I'm going to take care of in the next stage, which is scraping. I'm almost ready for that. So I've cleaned up the surface quite a bit. You can see it's rounder, but it's still not perfect. So we're going to get, the next tool we're going to use is a metal scraper, or metal rib tool. And the metal's nice, it's flexible. I can bend it to create a curve, or I can leave it straight. So I'm going to bend the tool and work in different directions through different sections of the form to get it as smooth as possible. So each tool is trying to get rid of the marks left by the tool we used last. So when I was paddling, I was getting rid of my pinch marks. When I was shaving with the SURFORM, I was getting rid of my paddle marks. Now I'm scraping with the rib tool, I'm getting rid of the SURFORM marks. But you can see even this is leaving a texture. It still has marks on the surface. We're trying to get rid of all tool marks. So we're using a finer tool with each step in this process to clean the surface. You know, these tools are nice because they have curves built into them. Try to use them to your advantage. Every design is different. In fact, I'm going to SURFORM this edge a little bit to get that evened out as well. Could also use a fettling knife to get into tight spots. I'm scraping the inside. Now I obviously can't get all the way in there, but the areas I can see are the areas I can reach. If you do come to any areas where you've got some dents or some holes, what's a great thing to do is take a little bit of soft clay and just press it in there and smooth that out. Here's another one. Just fix those as you find them. Okay. So hold the tool and hold the reform however you need to get cleaned up. This is a really tight spot I'm in here right doing now. So I'm going to be real careful, slow down, and just do the best I can. Okay, so I've done quite a bit with the rib tool, the metal rib tool, but you can see there's still a texture that looks really scraped. So a real scraped texture. Now we're going to get rid of that scraped texture using a rubber rib tool. So this is one of the 6 tools I gave you. So I'm going to use that to get in. I can also bend it, but that's going to get rid of the marks from the metal rib tool. So one of the big lessons in this process is in all these steps, the better the job you do in the current step, the less work you have to do cleaning up in the next step. So what we're doing here is setting up for decorating. We formed the clay. Initially it was pretty crude. We refined the form. With the paddle and by adding coils, darting in places. And then we SURFORMed it, we scraped it, and finally we're smoothing it out and finger polishing it. So this is going to give us a nice clean surface that we can go and decorate. So you want it to be nice and smooth. Okay? So let's get all 4 of your designs to this stage, and then you'll be ready for the decoration video.